The alarm rang again. It was the fifth time he had hit snooze. Meet Daniel, a young man full of dreams. Dreams of success, fitness, financial freedom, and respect. But like so many others, he was trapped in the same cycle of procrastination and excuses. He would promise himself, "Tomorrow I'll start." Yet every tomorrow became another yesterday. Days turned into weeks and weeks into years. His vision board gathered dust. The books he bought to change his life remained unopened. One morning, Daniel stood in front of the mirror. He didn't see a failure. He saw someone who had potential but never used it. The pain of unfulfilled dreams began to burn deeper than the comfort of excuses. That was the moment something inside him shifted. He whispered to himself, "Enough." Because the truth is, every transformation begins with a decision. Not a feeling, not motivation, but a decision. A moment when you stop asking for change and start demanding it from yourself. That day, Daniel made a deal. He would not wait to feel ready. He would act even when he didn't feel like it. And that's where the story of true discipline begins. The next morning, Daniel woke up before sunrise. His mind screamed to go back to bed, but he had made a contract with himself. He remembered what his mentor once told him. Motivation is temporary, discipline is permanent. He decided to train himself like a soldier of his own life. He set 3 rules. 1, no excuses. No delays. No backing down once a decision is made. The first few days were torture. His body resisted, his mind rebelled. But every time he pushed through, something inside him grew stronger. Not his muscles, but his self-control. He realized that every small action, waking up early, exercising, studying, working hard, was a vote for the person he wanted to become. And the more votes he cast, the more that version of himself became real. He stopped waiting for motivation and started creating momentum. He stopped saying, "I can't," and started asking, "How can I?" Slowly, painfully, he began to transform. Then came the inevitable, the wall. After weeks of discipline, fatigue crept in. The excitement was gone. Results were slow. The old voice returned, "Why are you trying so hard? Nothing's changing." Daniel sat in silence, staring at his journal. The fire that once burned bright now flickered weakly. But this time he did something different. Instead of quitting, he wrote one sentence in bold letters. "I will continue even when I see no results." He realized that every champion, every success story, every strong person once stood at this very wall. The difference was they didn't stop. Progress is invisible at first. Discipline is invisible. But one day the invisible becomes undeniable, so he pushed harder. He kept showing up, tired, uninspired, even angry. And that's when something magical happened. He stopped needing motivation at all. His actions became automatic. What once felt hard became a habit. He had rewired his mind from wanting comfort to craving challenge. Months passed, Daniel's body changed. His career began to grow. His energy, focus, and confidence reached levels he had never known. People started asking, "What's your secret?" He smiled and said, "There's no secret, just repetition." He understood something that most people never realize. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is freedom. When you control yourself, you control your world. Every morning he reminded himself of the same truth. Your future is shaped by what you repeatedly do when no one is watching. He became addicted, not to success, but to consistency. And when life threw challenges his way, he didn't crumble, because he had already trained for the hard days. He was no longer the man who waited for motivation. He was the man who created it through action. Daniel's story wasn't about perfection, it was about persistence. Years later, Daniel stood on a stage speaking to hundreds of people. He wasn't a millionaire, nor the most famous, but he had mastered something far more powerful: himself. He told the audience, "Everyone wants success, but few are willing to fight the war within. Motivation fades, feelings change, but your decision, your discipline, they define you." He paused, then said, "You can't wait for the perfect time. You must create it. You can't wait to feel ready. You must start before you're ready." He smiled. The secret to forcing yourself to achieve any goal is realizing you already have the power. You just haven't used it yet. The audience was silent, unmoved, awakened. Because deep down everyone knows what they need to do. They just need to stop waiting for a sign. Daniel's journey was proof. You don't rise because life gets easier. You rise because you get stronger. And that's how you force yourself to achieve any goal. Not with motivation, but with unstoppable self-discipline. and the refusal to quit when the world expects you to.